This is just actually unhinged. This is crazy. I don't know what I'm going to call this video yet. I have no idea what to title this. It is just so bizarre. So to give you the cliff notes, today I was researching about a huge crypto rug pull that Stream Chat made me aware of last night. And I know crypto rug pulls are the most common thing on the planet, more common than a sneeze. Did the sun rise somewhere in the world? If the answer to that question is yes, then that means fucking 50,000 people lost tons and tons of money in a crypto scam, probably on Pump.fun. That's the main hub for it, the main cesspool. And last night, Stream was telling me that there was a disabled man who was doing a crypto coin on Pump.fun called 120 hours, because he claimed he had 120 hours to live. And when it reached about a $500,000 market cap, he rugged it and went offline and hasn't been seen since. Now, it doesn't seem like he was faking the disability based on all the available evidence that does seem to be true, but there's no way of knowing if he really had 120 hours left to live and this was his final oorah of just stealing a ton of money from a ton of people, or if that was all just fucking phony baloney like half of the other scams on Pump.fun. Regardless, the fact is tons of people got rugged, left with their dick in their hand there. And while I was researching for this topic, I stumbled across another huge story in the crypto space, also on Pump.fun, but this one bucks the trend of a rug pull, and it is something far more sinister that I have not seen before that implicates Steam. So, if you've been around the channel for a while, you might recall I made a video years ago about a really odd Steam game that I downloaded while dumpster diving, because it's something I like to do on Steam, just looking through like absolute dog shit that no one's ever heard of. And I found a game that I downloaded, and it didn't have the executable file. Like, it didn't even have the game. It had like ancillary files around it, and it was really suspicious. So I thought there was a chance that I had downloaded something very harmful, but I was assured that that's not possible through Steam. And Steam has also kind of positioned themselves as like a safe place to get your games. I've never really heard of a story of someone downloading something that like literally ruined their lives or like stole from them. There's been like some suspicious games on there that have done like some weird things in the background, but never like stealing from users as far as I know. Until today. There is a Pump.fun streamer, his handle is Rostaland, who is battling stage 4 cancer, and he streams on Pump.fun to raise money for his treatment. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking, already raising an eyebrow, that this must be the scam. He must be faking cancer to try and scam people. Based on everything I can find, that is not the case. It seems he really does have cancer, and this is his way of generating funds to try and survive. It seems very legitimate. And while streaming, he was doing some gaming. And a chatter, apparently, had convinced him to download a game called Block Blasters. And when he did, he had all of his crypto stolen from him. Approximately like $30,000 was drained from him. And now people have been looking at the game and finding a weird set of files in there that seems to scan the user's device to look for crypto credentials, which is how they must have stolen this money from him. It's very peculiar, and at first I was kind of wary of it. I thought this could just be an elaborate scheme where like he pretended that it was the game he downloaded that drained his money, but really it was all just a ruse so he could make off with the cash. That does not seem to be the case. It seems like the game actually is stealing from people. He is not the first victim. Now, here's when it happened on stream. It happened live.
No, 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 no. No. No.
That happened in the crypto. For you, I understand this can be very difficult because that money normally can help you for a lot of things in your life. But it's not the end, okay? You're such a brave person.
I'm broken.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
That is brutal. Now, there is no one more harsh of a critic on Pump.fun than me. I shoot spitballs at that platform all night and day because it is 99.9% scams. I would have said 100% scams if not for this story. I really think that this is real. He's provided like receipts. He has proven that he is not faking the cancer diagnosis or anything like that. And when it comes to like the money being stolen here, it seems like it really did get stolen by this game. I don't think he has any involvement with the game. And someone I trust more than anybody else in the crypto space when it comes to scams, ZachXBT, has made a post about this, seemingly confirming that the Steam game is the culprit that stole this money stole this money from him as well as others. So ZachXBT kind of coming in here really solidified this to me as like a legitimate, like the real deal. That's fucking terrifying. I truly didn't think Steam games could have this kind of vulnerability. I've made jokes in the past about like a terrible game being a crypto miner, and apparently there are actually some games that do kind of do that to a certain extent, but I've never seen something to this level. This is a huge security like flaw, a huge danger on the platform. As someone who buys games that have like 0 reviews and 0 players, sometimes I am literally the first one to play a game that no one's ever heard of, planting my flag on the moon. This makes me really afraid of like what these games could have in there, is like, you know, running in the background that I don't know about. It makes me afraid of my own Steam library and hesitant to like go dumpster diving through Steam new releases again, just out of the fear that it could have some dangerous files attached in there somewhere. Now, I do really want to mention this here before diving back into the Steam component. The community banded together to try and make Rostaland whole again, so someone named Alex Becker sent him $32,500 to cover what was stolen from him, and it's extremely wholesome. Everyone banded together to try and show support and try and help him out after something so devastating happened to him. And here's a post Rostaland made thanking him for it. That's super great. I'm really happy he was able to get the equivalent amount back. The scammers made off with the $32,000, and I imagine block blasters will be delisted. Nothing will happen to them, I'm sure. Very rarely do crypto crimes get punished, it seems. But I'm very happy that Rostaland was able to get that money back, that amount of money back. I am still just kind of stunned that this kind of thing can happen with a Steam game. And I know some of the games through Steam are vulnerable. Like I remember Dark Souls had an exploit where hackers could literally remote access your computer through the multiplayer. Like I know that kind of stuff exists. Same thing happened with Call of Duty even somewhat recently. Like I know those vulnerabilities can exist, but this is the first I've heard of just downloading a game leading to just having your credentials stolen because of something that runs in the background on that folder. I feel like this has to be something new that wasn't possible years ago, because if this has always been something that developers could do on Steam, I'm very surprised that it wouldn't have happened sooner, especially with like the crypto booms a few years ago with like NFTs and all that shit. I'm really surprised that this is the first time I've heard of it happening. Like I feel like it's got to be some kind of new vulnerability that they're exploiting. But I have no idea. It's just pretty concerning. I wanted to put it on your radar. Crazy shit across the board. I am very happy though that he did get that money back, because like I said, it does seem like that is real. It does seem like he's not making any of that up. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.